Hello and welcome to Chubby Pug Yarn Podcast. My name is Emma and I'm your host. Today it's Saturday, the 18th of April. I have been having like a 2 week break, but now I'm back. If you're new to this podcast, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. It's nice to see you again. I have really been longing to podcast, but I haven't had the time. Maybe I shouldn't talk about it too much about. Oh, I didn't do it because this and this and this, but I recorded the week before Easter, and then I knew that I was going to have visit during the whole Easter. And then when my family went home again, I found some kind of weird cold. So I have been like bouncing back and forth between fever and like swollen sinuses, lots of headaches and like crinkling noises in my ears. And I have been very tired, like all the time. I have managed to go to work and do all the important stuff, but then when I come home, I will have almost fallen asleep, eaten something, and then sleep some more. So, yeah, but it has also been really much surprises during these 2 weeks, so I will have quite a lot of things to show. If you have followed me on Instagram, you have seen this before, but maybe you like to. You can follow me on Instagram as Distortion, and during the Easter week, I posted a picture since my boyfriend he proposed to me on April's Fool's Day, and it was a big surprise. But yeah, so now I have this beautiful ring. It has like tiny hearts on the sides. It's really hard to show. But yeah, it's really beautiful and I am so happy. So we celebrated this during the Easter. My family and my boyfriend's family were really happy, and it was just a coincidence that they all were coming. So they didn't know, and I didn't know. So yeah, I'm really happy. So now I have a wedding to plan, hopefully for next year. But I'm still like running on happy fumes or something. So, but yeah, so that has been a really happy time. I have also had my birthday, the 3rd of April. So we celebrated our engagement, and then we celebrated my birthday, and then we celebrated like Easter with food. So yeah, busy times. But I have actually been having some knitting and spinning progress, and that's what I'm supposed to talk about since this is a knitting and spinning and fiber podcast thing. I have a cup of tea so I can keep my voice quite smooth at least. I hope it's not disturbing too much. And then I have one snoring dog over here, and I have one on the floor. They are snoring quite loud, but yeah, I will try to correct that in my editing. I hope I can make it. But yeah, I have had one finished object. It was close to not having any at all, but I have one. You haven't seen it at all since I knitted these in 1 week. So here is my finished objects. Hey, socks! So I just have one. I named these socks Easter egg socks after the colorway. In episode 12 maybe, I showed you yarn from Gynx Yarns called Easter egg, so I named my sock after the colorway. So it's self-striping with like blue, green, light green, white, some pink and bluish purple, yellow, some like apricots. I think she called it sorbet. I'm not sure. So it's self-striping. It's on her strong sport base, so I could reduce the number of stitches. I usually knit 68 or 72 stitches, depending on the yarn. But with this, I only knitted 60 stitches, so it went quite fast. I still knitted them on 2.5mm DPNs, my cubics. And what's a little bit different, since I'm exploring socks, I knitted this rounded toe. Let's see, I wrote down the name. It's called Seam-Free Rounded Toe for a Toe-Up Sock. Lynne Ashton. I will post a link. It's a free Ravelry description for how to knit the rounded toe. I liked it quite much. It looks quite weird on the sock, but yeah, I liked it. And then I just knitted it toe up after 4th heel. Just some 1x1 ribbing at the top. These ones are quite short cuff, so they will be perfect for like spring, the spring use. This is like the shortest cuffs I will knit. I for like winter and when I want high cuffs, I knit maybe 15 centimeters. It's quite short anyways, but these are only like 11 or 12 maybe. But they fit really well on my foot. I'm planning to take photographs of this and all my other socks I have knitted recently, to take like photos on my foot and post on in my Ravelry projects, so you can actually see how these socks fit on my foot. But yeah, it took 8 days to knit one pair, so so I will definitely knit more or get some more strong sport yarn to knit some quick socks when I get some. And my computer made a cut in my recording. I can only use my socks in the weekends because I can't use them at work because they will get ruined. I have mentioned very quickly in some of my earliest episodes about my work. I work as a prosthetist, so I make prosthetics and orthotics for people, and that makes me work quite a lot with plaster. So I take like plaster casts of patients that need like personalized aids of different kinds, and then I fill it with more plaster and a model with plaster, and during this process I always get plaster on my clothing, and knitted socks do not appreciate plaster, so therefore I can't use my beautiful socks at work. Even though they are appreciated when I had, I have almost ruined a pair since I dropped big splashes of plaster on them. But anyways, so I knit socks for fun. I will knit quite a lot of more socks for my boyfriend. He really appreciates them. But then I wanted to have some of the colorways I have bought that doesn't fit my boyfriend or he doesn't appreciate. So then I took my big box with sock yarn, and when my family was here, and say, oh, pick if you like any colorways and I can knit you some socks. So I have 2 pair of socks that I will knit, one for my brother and one for my mother, so I can bring it home for summer vacation, even though they can't use them until the autumn. But anyways, it's better than that, so they can use it like all autumn, than that I will give them like for Christmas, because then they will miss several months of use. So yeah, the one finished objects for these 2 weeks. Yeah, I think I mentioned everything. Yes, I have made quite a lot of progress on my other knitting things. The Pickles bubble set, eller Boblesett in Norwegian, or close to Norwegian. Anyways, I have knitted 2 tiny arms, and I have connected them to the body, and I decided to make a contrast bubble row. So it's a cardigan to be. So now I'm doing the raglan increases, and then I'm supposed to knit a hat and a pair of pants too. And I'm planning to have like a contrast color bubble row on the hats as well, so it can be matchy. I think it's really cute. Oh, let's see. Yeah, some pop-up thing on the computer. I think it's really cute, and I really enjoy the yarn. It's Abuelita Merino 4-ply. I have talked quite a lot about it, and I enjoy it even more now when I have been knitting with it sometimes, or several times I should say. But yeah, the arms are new, and the raglan decreases. And then the forever and ever going Scrappy is not finished, but I have knitted the front and the back, and have seamed the shoulder seams together. So now it looks like this. She's about the same size as I am, so, and then I have started knitting on the arms, so I will knit the arms and then sew them in, and then knit the side seams. Whew. It's 2 different strands of alpaca. I have talked about it in several episodes by now, and I have sewn the shoulder seams it went quite well, I think. Yeah, it's a little bit thicker, but it went really well. I haven't practiced on sewing garments together, so but I have my like knitting Bible in Swedish that explains how to do it, so I just followed it and it worked out well. So the front and back are finished, and I have started on the arms. As you understand, this is quite boxy sweater. So this is how far I have gone. I found it easier to when I knit them 2 at a time. If I like put it away and then pick it up, it's easy to get 1 row more on one of these. So I have a stitch marker holding them together, so I know that I always knit like the same amount of rows front and back, so I don't turn it or something weird. So these are new, So now I can take my little dinosaur and put it where I am today, so I can show you the progress. I'm really motivated to be done with this, so I can take some other knitting. Even though I started the Easter socks and made them, like, finished them, I feel like I need to be done with some of the big projects I have been knitting on for like more than a month or 2 months. Yeah, it feels like I need to custom something new that I really want to knit. I really want to knit like everything, so it's really hard, but now I have been like putting quite a lot of time in it, and it's not finished yet, but maybe I should just put on new Game of Thrones episodes. Game of Thrones. Exciting. I have not watched it since I have been sick and sleeping, so I have something nice to look forward to. And it's really good to have like this garter stitch knitting in the Skappelgenser. Yeah, and the last work in progress is my blanket that now is 19 squares. It's huge! Oh my god! It's really fun. I did some of this while my family was here on visit. We were playing some board games, had a really fun time, and I crocheted in some. Excuse me. I crocheted in some more squares, and I have a bunch of squares in blues and purples that I just need to like wove in the ends. That I have also made, but that are not in the blanket yet. So that's all my knitting. I feel like this will be quite a long episode because I watched the big pile of things I still haven't shown you. On the spinning, I have spun 1 row lag since last time, so I have now spun 6 out of 16. So I need 2 more, 2 more on the first bobbin, and then I need to spin the other 8 on the second bobbin, and then I'm planning to apply them together, and hopefully I will get so much yardage that I can knit like a shawl or something. If you have any like pattern recommendation for quite thin hand spun, I really appreciate it, because I have no idea what to knit out of it, but I need to spin it first, so we'll see. And I actually have one cross stitch also that I'm working on, and it's not the Darth Vader one that I was planning to, but I found another one from the same Etsy seller called Stitch Bucket, and I got Rage. It's the graffiti by Banksy, if you're familiar with it. So he's throwing flowers, and I haven't gotten so far yet, but this is the face and the arm. It's only black, and then there will be some colors in the flowers, so I need good lighting when I'm doing this, but I think it's quite fun. I have lots of plans for cross stitches, I just need time to do them, but then I have less knitting time, so it's a compromise, I guess, and the knitting always comes first. Yeah, and then I can go to my stash a lot section, which actually is really quite a lot. I have had a lot of surprises in the mailbox. Yes, I just start in one end and we'll see. I have talked in some episodes about Desert Vista Dyeworks. I have knitted one pair of zombie socks, Franken somebody socks. I have, and then I talked like 2 episodes ago, or maybe last episode, about if they kill Carol and if they kill Daryl colorways. And then when I ordered my first zombie skein, it couldn't travel by itself. So I have some self-striping other yarns. And then early, I think in February maybe, I found this, which is Here Comes the Zombride. So it's one of her zombie self-striping colorways with a lot of white and then zombie striping. So I think it's really cool. And one skein can't travel alone all the way from the States. It's such a long way. So Tiptoe Through the Tulips had to come along. So it's pinks and yellows and some zombie striping, I think. It's really, really cool. So these 2 beauties will be socks. Maybe socks for me. I don't know. Or maybe I found someone else worthy of gorgeous socks. And then I actually have an old stash enhancement, but I haven't shown it since I got it. I ordered it last autumn, and it was sent during Christmas, and then I forgot it at my parents'. But I have a skein of Dancing Dog Dyeworks twist sock in the colorway Obiwan Knitter with Yoda colors and all the different beautiful colors. So it has been laying around at my parents' house since Christmas, but they remembered to bring it to me. So I definitely want to knit some socks. Maybe it will be socks for my boyfriend since he's also a Star Wars fan. Yeah, it's awesome. I definitely need to check out more of her yarn and try to get some more because I really, really like the twist feeling on this. So yeah, need to check out some more. And then I have had quite a lot of mini skeins for my blanket. Need some tea first. Yeah, this will be a long episode. I bet at least an hour. We'll see. Or maybe I'm really quick. I don't know. The Cyborgs Craftroom. And you can buy as a kit. Ooh, let's see. Tangling. With 5 different skeins, mini skeins. On her Assockilate base. So it's 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. So together this is 100 gram. It's one blue and greens, and it looks really much more blue here, and then one with like purple and greens, and one with like dusty reds and browns, and one lighter like pinks and yellow and purple, like but pale, maybe is the easiest word, and then with dark colors of blue and purple and gray. They are really gorgeous. So these will go to my blanket. And also I got some mini skeins from the Knitting Goddess in UK. I got the stone colorway and Chocquoise, maybe. It's chocolate and turquoise. And fresh mint, which is, it's much more green, and pale octarine. I really do have a hard time avoiding blues and purples. If I didn't order like the surprise skeins, like all of my blanket would be blue and purple. That's my biggest problem. Yeah, and then I got some really nice yarn from String Theory Colorworks. Let's see, I have, and the nice thing with these, let's see, it's 6 different. They are on the different bases, so I can try out how the different bases are. So this is on the inertia, yeah, base, which is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and this is the glue-on colorway. So it's I don't know, a teal maybe. It's more teal than blue anyway, and a red. It's one of the do you say elementary particles? Gluons. Yeah. So this is gluon. And then on her base tachyon, which is Superwash BFL, I got this L-Dopa, which is in greens and grays and purples, really beautiful. L-Dopa is it's like the compound to make dopamine. And dopamine is one of the neurotransmittant substances. So if you have is it Parkinson, you don't have enough of dopamine, so like the shaking and stuff is because of that. I'm not completely sure, so don't like quote me on that. It's been some time since I read about this, but yeah, L-Dopa, really pretty. It's purple, so that's why I like it. And then on her entanglement base, which is 75 merino, 25 nylon, in I don't know how you say it in in English, lignite, I don't know. It's browns and blacks. It's brown coal, I think it's called otherwise. So the color describes it very well. And then you have on the wave base, which is 100% superwash merino, I got Ceres, which is a dwarf planet, or the agriculture goddess in the Roman mythology. I bet this is the planet it's named after, or dwarf planet. But anyways, it's pinks and grays and black. Really beautiful. And I'm really looking forward to knit with all of these. Sorry. And then on her force base, which is Superwash BFL 20%, 70% Superwash BFL, 20% silk, and 10% cashmere. It's crazy soft. It's brown, red, white, and blue, and it's called Fracture Zone. So this is my geology knowledge isn't that high, but I think you call it plate tectonics, like when the continental plates move, and like in the ocean you have like big ridges from the continental plates that have moved and like squished into each other. You have like big ridges, really long, and then when they move different directions, you get like a fracture. So the ridges move apart. That's a fracture zone, and I really like this one. And now you get like a nerdy school lecture with me also. It comes for free, I promise. The last one is on the continuum base. 80% Superwash Merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. And this is also insanely soft. It's like radioactive yellow, radioactive pink, and black. And the colorway name is strontium 90. So it's the radioactive isotope. If you now I lost it. Radioactive isotope. Dangerous stuff. And beautiful to have in my blanket. Yeah. Anyways, I'm just silly today. That was all the String Fairy Colorworks minis. And then I made an order that my family had to bring. Here in Norway, it's like a really low, like the tax-free importing limit for like personal use is very low, so I can hardly buy anything without having to pay really a lot of money. So I had some yarn that I didn't want to get, that I couldn't get here in Norway, so I ordered it from a really nice shop in Sweden called Garnkorgen, which is like a yarn basket in English. And I ordered it home to my parents. So I got some soak in the Unleash scent with like the reverie sign with the dog. I don't know if it's a Boston Terrier, maybe. And one called Yuzu. So I haven't tried these. And also some small, like one try. One was called Celebration and one called Lazy. So I'm looking forward to try to see if I like it. Otherwise, I have a lot of wool wash anyway. And then to the deliciousness, Madeleine Tosh. This is, let's see, a Tosh Merino Light. So, Superwash Merino wool, 420 yards, so 384 meters. And the colorway is called Norwegian Spruce. So it's a greenish blue. It's really, really pretty. Funny way, it's like colored for Norwegian colors or Norwegian trees, and I live in Norway. I thought it was quite funny. It's the perfect mix between blues and greens. It's really hard to capture. It looks too much blue. I'm planning to knit a Hitofude, whatever, the beautiful cardigan, Hitofude. How do you say it? I don't know. You know what I mean if you have not been living under a rock for like the last year. You know which one I talk about. I talked about it as a knitting desire a couple of weeks ago. So I'm planning to knit one for myself. And I'm really looking forward to it. So that's why I want to knit the Skappelgenser. So it's finished, so I can start this one. I saw on Instagram that I think her name is Shona. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. Knit for Bear, anyway. She was planning to knit one. Or she was like casting on for one. And there were a lot of us in the comments that had yarn or was planning to knit one. So I'm thinking maybe if people are interested, we could have a knit along for it. You can please like comment on YouTube or in the Ravelry group. What do you think? Could it be a nice knit along to have like over the summer? Tell me what you think. I'm just bubbling up ideas. I'm going to knit mine anyway, but it would be really nice to have people to talk to about it, and yeah. So if someone else is feeling intrigued, check out the pattern. I will link to it. Yeah, and I also have some birthday gifts and some surprise gifts that I want to talk about. But first, before I forget it, I was looking around. I talked about my Icelandic sweater. I think I have shown this before, but I'm not sure. And if you're new, this will be the first time. This is my most used knitwear. I've got some things on it. I went to Iceland in 2013 with my work, and I convinced them that we could stop by the wool factory and buy yarn. So this is my Riddari sweater, and I love it. It's a really rough yarn, so it's knitted in Let Loopy. But yeah, this is like the best sweater ever. It fits like a dream, and the colors, the purple is more light than you see it, but it's really, really beautiful. I use this every day now in the spring, and since I have been having a cold, I use it even indoors. So I just mentioned it very quickly last episode and said that I should show it, so now I have shown you my beautiful Icelandic sweater. I'm planning to knit more Icelandic sweaters since I have Icelandic yarn from that time I bought like a big bag for like 4 sweaters, and I have only knitted one, so I will knit more sweaters since I really enjoy it, and it's perfect since I never get too warm. I do not like I do not get like sweaty and uncomfortable, but it's like, and it never smells bad. I have the problem since I can easily get warm, so when I'm like walking the dogs and stuff, yeah. So it was my door. What I was saying was that I easily get very warm when I use like synthetic clothing or other clothing, they smell sweaty and quite bad very quickly. But I can use this one. Like I have something long sleeved and then I have this and it doesn't smell. So it's like a cleaning itself. It's awesome. But that's one of the good attributes with wool, I guess. Yeah. And also I forgot that I wanted to have a knitting desire, because I have the last 2 weeks I've been having like a huge increase of saving patterns on Ravelry. I'm really thinking about knitting some kind of shawl. I haven't knit any shawls this year, so I want to knit one. And I found a beautiful shawl. I think it's called Merlot. I bet it's French, so that's why I guess it's how it's pronounced. By Elise Dumont. It's like a crescent shape, like a quite shallow fingering weight yarn with like tassels, and you use 2 different colors, and it's really beautiful. So that's my knitting desire. I have been thinking about using, I have some Plucky Knitter in dark gray, and I have a white speckled yarn from Countess Ablaze. I'm thinking about having these 2 as my shawl yarns, but I'm not completely sure, so I will think about it, or maybe I have to buy some new yarn. Maybe. So, yeah, Merlot shawl. Anyways, so some hobby-related birthday gifts. I actually got 2. My brother gave me this awesome kit for making a pillow with cross stitch. So the pattern is called What Happened. So it's the cute cat with the yarn. It's like he knows me. So it's like printed how to make it. So I really want to throw myself at it and make myself a pillow for the couch. It's really awesome. And then I am really spoiled. My family also got me this beautiful fabric with this traditional patterning and typical Dalecarlia horses. So that's where I'm from originally. So these flower painting stuff and the horses are typically from where I'm from, and I don't have any good curtains for summer in my living room. I have some gray ones with birds, but they are mostly, we use them for winter. So I got a huge kit with fabric, so I can sew myself some beautiful curtains. So it's black, white, gray, and this is actually like shimmering glitter silver horses. Really pretty. So I'm going to make curtains for myself. I can post a picture when I'm done, if I will succeed with the big quest of sewing curtains. I also got some help with the checkup of my sewing machine, so I hope I will make it. And then I have one in the mail, which is also a part of a podcast love, because I really want to give huge thank yous to Frida, who has Knitting with You podcast, because she have sent me a package, like a late birthday gift, and it arrived while I was sick, so I was really glad to get the package. And it was quite funny because I got a beautiful card with this cute bird on it, and she have written in it some cute stuff, and it says that I should open the box. And I got one of these boxes. It was wrapped in plastic, so I was like, oh, she sent me a box of chocolates. That was cute. I like chocolate. And then she wrote in the card that I read first that, oh, open it and take a bite. So I was like, yeah, I'm sick. I really deserve chocolate. And then I open it. It's not only chocolates. It's still chocolates in it, but it's yarn. All these beautiful scraps. I promise I haven't touched the chocolate or anything. So it's really pretty. And it's all these cute scraps with, like, this one with sparkle and some nice, I bet it's striping of some sort, and also chocolates that is like laying around in here, and some orange and reds, and some light blue, some purples, sparkly. It's like so many different kind of colors, blue and red, and some green and brown and stuff. So it's really nice. Now that I have shown you this beautiful package, I will eat all the chocolates. And I really want to crochet squares of all of this. So thank you so much, Frida. I was really happy and I was laughing a lot because I really thought it was just because the plastic wrap and everything. I was, oh, chocolates. But yarn is so much better. So now I can make some awesome blanket squares that is not only blues and purples, and I can make some blues and purples too. But yeah, so thank you so much. I was really touched by it. Yeah, so I think I will end this episode on this happy note, since I'm so grateful for this. I have also gotten some really nice comments in the Revelry group about people missing my podcast since I haven't recorded in a while. I felt really touched by it. So thank you to all of you who watch my podcast. That even if you don't comment, I can see, like, in the statistics that people, at least some people, are watching my podcast. And if you give it a thumbs up on YouTube, or if you comment on Ravelry or comment on my Instagram, I get really happy, and I love you all. You are awesome. So I hope I will get back on my weekly schedule from now on. Today I will make some more tea, and I will cuddle up in the sofa and rest with the dogs, hopefully. So I hope you will have a really nice weekend and week, depending on when you're watching. And I hope to see you in 1 week. Happy knitting and spinning. Bye!